Hey fairies! Oh, whoop, whoop, whoop. Okay, so I'm really struggling to get this video today because I just feel like I keep making mistakes in cuts. I'm gonna be real, okay? So let's get real. And I just typically am not happy with the way that it turns out. I usually have no problem with it, and I let any flaws in whatever be produced into YouTube. The energy is just so off. Okay, that's what I'm trying to say. And I think it's even showing in my life, kind of. It's showing me that the person that I thought other people were was exactly the opposite. And it's showing me the person that I thought I was exactly the opposite. And it's a really good feeling. And I feel like coming this far and insisting that, I'm not responsible for everything in the world has really kind of put a damper on other people's lives. And it's just disappointing them. And I don't care. It feels really good to be able to sit back and say, like, I don't care if it's hurting others. Like, I care, but I can't pursue that care. You know what I mean? I can't do anything about it. So I need to accept the fact that, it's either them or it's both of us. And that won't work. That won't work. So that's okay. And I've been spending this whole time really accepting that. And it's been a while since my last video because I am really spending a lot of time on that. And I post shorts just about every day, so that's pretty cool of me. But the video thing, I'm really trying to work on the consistency of it because I just, sometimes, I really need a week or two at a time. And yeah, I mean, it is what it is. But it just didn't feel right. When it doesn't feel right, I don't even touch it. I don't even touch the camera because I don't want to say something that I don't mean. And that's usually what happens a majority of the time, is that I just say a bunch of stuff. If I try to record on a day that, doesn't feel right, that I just, it sounds like just a conjumble of everything I'm feeling. And it's usually just not what I meant to say. Like, I'll react, I'll form it in my head, what I'm trying to say. And then it comes out basically as exactly what I meant, but in different sentences. It'll come out in like, in chunks at a time. And it will never be like together. So yeah, that's fine. I mean, if you have a problem with me, then I guess that's okay too. Because I mean, it's a line at this point. So it's almost flattering, I gotta say. It's almost flattering how long of a line it is. Like, y'all really tried to bring me down, and y'all really tried to, like, kill my confidence by hating on me. But seeing how many people have been hating on me is kind of like part of my confidence now. It's kind of making me feel good about myself. Because if there's so many friggin' people that feel the need to hate on what you're doing, then that just means there's so many people who see parts of you that they are not embodying within themselves. And they hate that. They hate that. They don't hate you, girl. No. They don't hate you, boy. Like, they don't have a problem with you at all. I'm gonna be real. And sometimes, sometimes it's personal. Sometimes it gets personal. But it's not because anybody actually genuinely deep down has a problem with each other. It's because people do not want to admit that they are not great at communicating. That's been a huge pandemic, man. You know, COVID's over, but nobody knows how to communicate, and that has been an epidemic the whole time. So, whatever, bye. That's the energy. Okay, so basically, I am going to do a little reading, because why not? I feel like there is quite a bit, there's one, of energy conjumbling together. And I'm okay with it, because like I said, it's really coming down to the nitty gritty. And I might not be comfortable in my life, I might not be happy, I might not be where I want to be, but I am myself, and that is all I really need. That's all I really care about. And I would love to be myself with somebody else, but myself comes first. So, because without me, dude, I can't have a connection if there's no me. You know what I mean? It's I gotta put me first, man. Not because I want to. Because I legitimately was karmically forced into a domino pattern of having to choose myself in order to survive. So the fact that I am where I am now really means that, you know, I chose that. I just chose myself. And I think within that being said, that there is a lot of people who are not doing that within their own self. There's a lot of people who are not taking what the universe is giving them. There's a lot of people who are not genuinely sitting within themselves and saying, I'm ready to be who I'm meant to be. You know, I have not met a lot of people in my life that are capable of that, and that's okay. Because it's not me. That's why it's okay. Because it's not me. Because at the end of the day, you know, I will say, oh, man, like, I'm really upset about this person. They just aren't themselves, and they just don't understand what they're missing. Okay, yeah, that friggin' sucks, you know? But all I can do is control myself. Like, I legitimately can control nothing else. So I'm just grateful because I made it here. I'm grateful because I'm still alive. I'm grateful because I made the decisions in order to still be alive up to this day. And I put my pride aside many times. I put my ego aside. That's really about on its deathbed. You know, you do really need part of your ego in order to just, like, be a human. But the negative qualities of it, they can get left at the door, for real. So just, I think, like, not only being yourself, but, like, learning yourself. Because you can be yourself all you want, but maybe you're not being the most authentic version of yourself. Excuse me. You know what that means. So, yeah, I just feel like, if you're at this point right now, and you kind of sit back some days and just say, I'm so proud of myself, then you're already on the right track. It doesn't matter, because there are many people in the world who are genuinely being faced with the judgment call of having to be honest about the fact that they are not happy with the decisions that they made, and the people that they hurt, and the necks that they stepped on. Okay, let's be real, and you might be one of them. You know, I'm not saying that people are just going to sit back and, oh my gosh, I hurt this one person, and now, like, the world is cursing me because I shouldn't have done them. Okay, yeah, dude, like, you shouldn't have done them like that, but, like, you did everybody like that. You done did everybody like that, bro. So, I think it's, like, really, like, a collective, it's, like, really a collective meeting at this point, because it's like, okay, let's talk about who is hurting because of something that you did. Or let's talk about, you know, like, how many people's lives you changed because like you bought them a candy bar. Like whatever it is, bro, like it's really coming down to it, and people are having to sit with the fact that they didn't choose themselves. I'm really on that card. I'm really feeling that from that card. And the Fool reversed. The Fool reversed. Because this is not a journey, okay? You're kind of realizing, ooh, everything you were looking for is right here, baby girl, baby boy. You're realizing that you were exactly what you were looking for this whole time. And I know that you had times where you were sitting with yourself and saying, what the F am I missing? What is going on? What is happening? Why can I not find this one thing I'm looking for? When I'm only asking for one thing. Because you never ask for yourself. Or, you know, you never sat down with yourself and like appreciated the fact that you have so much to give. Or maybe you did and you just weren't willing to accept it because you knew that it would negatively affect the people who did not do the same thing. You already knew that. So I think that's a huge issue, you know. Not that you're doing that, but the fact that they made you feel that way. That is such a BS thing to do to somebody. Sometimes I get tricky cards out here, man. Sometimes I get tricky cards. Oh, okay. So it fell on the floor, too. That means that it is multiplied. Bam. Oh, yeah. Hey! I hope that it fell reversed. So, okay. Check it. That is exactly what needed to happen, because I did not know how to go about being in reversed. Okay, yeah. So I feel like you went from sitting with these people in the dark when you're literally like this knight in shining armor, or you're like a princess, right? This is so beautiful. You're just this person of royalty. You're the spirit of royalty. And you are essentially the essence of currency itself. So, oh my gosh, yeah, this is exactly what I wanted. So you went from sitting with these people in the dark and just like letting your cup be empty, or giving this cup to this person who didn't deserve it in the first place. And then you got to the point where you said, skirt, baby girl, because I'm up now. And I'm so tired of you leeching off of me. I'm so tired of you taking advantage of everything I'm pouring into you. I understand you're living off borrowed time, but you're not living off mine. I'm living off borrowed time too. So that is exactly what I'm feeling. And I think that within that, you already done died, bro. You already done been dead. I know I'm not supposed to say that on YouTube, but I hope that we can get past it, man. Let's get past it together. YouTube, me and you. So, I almost fell out of a chair. Yeah. So you already got to the point where you decided that, you know, you need to let the old version of yourself just absolutely decease. Yeah, you too. You're not gonna like me after this one. And then, how do I say this? Maybe, okay. Oh my gosh, I want to say the right thing. I'm gonna come back to this because I don't want to say something that I don't mean. I think there's, I'm on a stool. I'm not on a chair. So this is very hit or miss, you know? It's either gonna make or break me. Okay, so death in reverse. Let's talk about that. So, I mean, with that, yeah, I do feel like there's parts of you that are still kind of phasing out, still finding where those parts of you need to be in order to kind of accentuate your highest capability, because you're like using all these qualities of yourself that you were taught were so bad and negative, and you're figuring out how to reincarnate those into accentuating the highest version of yourself. So, I mean, there's that, yeah, but there is something else too. Yeah, dude, it's about to get deep. I can feel it. All right, about to deep dive real quick. Yeah, this is nice. All right, we won't cut it. Okay, so this card is the 4 of 6, the 5 of 6. You can tell I'm not a professional reader. I'm not worried about that. I'm thinking about the way these cards make me feel. Okay, this is just such like, oh my gosh, such a giddy energy, dude. Yeah, I love it. Love it. So, yeah, 5 of Wands. Okay. I feel like I'm supposed to pull one more. So here's that, right? I feel like I'm supposed to pull one more. Bam. Okay. Yeah, okay, well, that's what we're working with. That's a lot of cards. I'm not even gonna mess with that. That's too many cards. Okay. Because honestly, this is gonna be a story. This is gonna be a story as much as like I'm trying not to get way too into it right now, but I need to stand up for this. So, because I don't want to just skim over this. That was a lot of freaking cards, and I feel like I shouldn't ignore it, even though it is a lot. And I want to acknowledge it, you know, because I said so. Excuse me. Okay, so I gotta get my tanks filled. All right. So, as I said already in the beginning, you said that's enough of you siphoning off my energy, and I'm genuinely ready to move on to something better. So, then you let the version of yourself that you used to be die and be reborn into something that is of difference with everybody that you know. Everything that you know in the world, bro. Everything that you've ever been taught. And now you're at this point where you're at a higher perspective and you love yourself and you fill your own cup and you are your own best self that you can be in the situation that you are in, because I know collective is not in the best situation right now. So, you're just this person that is so bright, so light, so fluffy. And maybe you are actually fluffy, bro. I'm a little fluffy myself, so don't even feel any type of way about that. And I feel like you're really taking that energy of being this prosperous version and you're trying to balance it. And within that, this is juicy, bro. Within balancing that, you've kind of sat back and realized that you've been in these continuous situations of having to choose between one or the other shitty thing. One or the other. On some Life is Strange. One or the other, and that's it. Okay? Because you don't get to do anything else right now. And it's really showing you who you are. But while you've been seeing who you are, you've been feeling like you're exhausting all of your resources at the same time. But over here. There's these 2 cups over here that are actually behind you. And what you didn't know, or maybe you know now, but what you didn't know is that they've been really multiplying this whole time, baby. They've been multiplying this whole time. They've been tripling. They've been quadrupling. Because you specifically set them aside in the past with your, I'm tripping over my words because I'm excited. But you set them aside with your inner child many years ago because you knew deep down that you wanted to gain interest on them. You're like standing this way. This is fun. You're standing this way and you're looking over here and you're like, yeah, bro, like the plateau in my past videos that I was talking about. You're looking out and you're like, man, there's nothing here for me, but I really would like if somebody could come into my life from my past and convince me otherwise, because I genuinely don't want to give up on something that could be potential. And then you're at the point where you're like, okay, I guess I'll turn around. And, this is so great. You're taking that. You're taking that energy, right? Bam. You're sitting with it. Okay? No, okay, let me slow down. I'm having fun. Okay, so you're taking that energy and you're sitting with it. And you're continuously, yes, building interest on those cups, because now you're at the point where you have these cups consciously. And I bought a mic for my videos, but it was for my other phone, and that phone died, so now I just gotta live like this. And you're just sitting here, right? You're like walking around. Excuse me. And then you're walking around. And then you're walking around. And then you're like, there's nothing here for me! And this whole time you're in this hermit mode. And you are genuinely starting to come out of the hermit mode, yes, but that's not really the point, because you still are taking aspects of being in that hermit mode and saying, dude, when I was in that mode, like, these people made me feel this way. And regardless of that being the case, I used everything I had within me to go on, man. Everything I had. And, sometimes you even had to dig in those interest cups. And that really hurts your feelings. That really deeply affects your feelings and your perspective on the world. And, let me think. You're sitting on this boat, and you're looking out, and you're rocking back and forth, and you're like, this feels nice. And you're like, is there another boat out? Does anybody see me, like, enjoying my time? Because I'm nervous. I'm really nervous that somebody is going to see me enjoying my time and they're going to be really disappointed. Or they're going to try to sink my boat. And it kind of coincides with the hermit energy, because it's like continuously you're continuously trying to duck back inside your shell, inside of your cocoon, because you know that as soon as somebody sees you having a good time, that you are self-aware enough and conscious and intelligent enough to know that people don't like that. So that they're gonna try to stop it. Excuse me, confirmation burp. So within this, and this coincides with the cups of interest, because you're continuously just working. And this also coincides with like the circling about energy, because yes, you're capable of understanding that nothing here is for you, but like you're genuinely just like walking around in a circle, doing as much as you can. Say you're in a garden, right, that like magically grows really fast, which you kind of want. And you're like, okay, so you're over here with the onions. and like you're tending to these onions, and then like your friggin' tulips and turnips, they're like out of friggin' control because they're growing so fast. So then you're over there. And then, oh no, your zucchini. Now you gotta go tend to that like a Minecraft builder. Because that's the only way to do it. So I'm just like having a lot of fun acting this out. So your zucchini is like in the air. And you're like tending to that. So you're literally circling. And you're like, man, yeah, I mean, like, this garden is great, but like the area that this garden is in, it's not where I'm meant to be. And like you're accepting it. And you're kind of letting it bum you out. To be honest. You're kind of letting it bum you out. And you're also letting it show you every single time that you felt this way. And you're embracing it. You're embracing that part. It's in reverse, but you are embracing that part. Yeah. I'm digging this energy. I'm digging it. It is bitter, but it's sweet. That was the story, and I think it was really good. It made me feel ditzy. So basically, pull up a chair. Let me talk to you. Okay. So I'm tired of saying all the cliche things. Be yourself, do your thing, don't listen to other people. Literally, F those people, bro. And I guess that's a little cliche as well. But what I'm trying to say is that you're at the point where, once again, you're really just embracing all of these parts of yourself. And you're really incorporating all of these parts of yourself into your current perspective. So as you're doing that, you're kind of understanding that you're not fully capable of being yourself right now because of the environment that you're in, as in the garden that you're harvesting your tulips. I meant your turnips. I don't like turnips, okay? That's why I forgot. But, yeah, I mean, you're really just, okay, so you're, like, enjoying your time in the midst of an apocalypse is, like, genuinely the energy that I'm getting right now. Like, I'm freaking out here gardening my imaginary tulips, bro. So, you're literally just, like, living your imagination is genuinely what I'm feeling. And I think that that's so great. And I think that maybe the version of yourself that you thought was the highest was not exactly who you thought it would be. Maybe you are not as greedy as you thought you were. And that's not it. Maybe let me think. You took so many parts of yourself and you hid them away, kind of like that card. Kind of like the card that was symbolizing greed. It was reversed, and you kind of like put them into the world. Like a Pandora's box. I genuinely don't know like the full story of it, but I do know that like you're hiding something in order to retrieve it later. And you got to the point where you're genuinely now starting to collect all of them back, and you're starting to understand that like the people that you're meant to meet in your life are waiting for you. They're there for you, and they see you, regardless of whether or not you are in their life currently, physically. They're there for you. And you don't have anything to worry about. You don't have anything to worry about. Bam! Because you already chose. You already chose. That's literally the energy. Just like totally not even losing it. Finding it, bro. Finding it. We're finding it out here, dude. And I think that that's so great because, like, I mean, shoot, like, rough day at the office. Am I right? That took a long time. I do want to pull one more. This is 2, but I'm pulling one more. Just because I feel like there's something else. This is great. This is great. We're on a good frequency right now. But there's one more thing that I want you to know. Don't know what it is yet. Bam! What's this? This is reversed. 2, 4, 6, 8. 8 of Wands reversed. Let's talk about this. Me and you. Let's talk about it. So I really feel like I gotta hold it. I really feel like it's talking to me. Okay, yeah. So you're sitting here with all of this energy within yourself. You don't understand if it's safe to let it out yet. I'm going to tell you right now that it's not. And I'm going to also tell you that you're going to have to do it regardless. Because in order to retrieve what you deserve, you're going to have to show the universe that you are the frequency of it. If you want a lot of money, be that frequency. If you want a healthy relationship, you have to act in the version of yourself that you're going to be when you're happy in a relationship with someone. A job, just you have to already be this. And on top of that, let things be as they may. Let things be what they will. That's kind of that's exactly what, that's what I wanted to say. You have to let things work out as they need to work out. Because, okay, say you make a mistake and you break something. That's somebody else's. Just an example. Because I did that today, alright? So, it's like kind of, maybe it's something that's going to contribute to their growth, if that makes sense. Sometimes you have to have one little simple part in somebody's life in order to contribute to either their make or break moment, truly. And it doesn't always have something to do with them being their best self, but sometimes it really shows you exactly how negative people are capable of being. Because maybe you make a mistake, whatever it is, maybe you make a mistake in front of somebody and they literally hold it against you for the rest of your life. Or you, sleep with somebody's dad one time. No, oh my gosh. Just kidding. I'm just kidding. Okay, no, sorry. I don't know if my audience is that humor. But okay, that's not what I meant. I just know that people in my audience are a whole different plethora. And never happened. So what I'm trying to literally say here is that it's okay if you just make like a stupid mistake. I'm not like, heavy mistakes are one thing, that if you like intentionally did it, like that was kind of my point. But like if you make a light mistake and you do like knock over something and you're like, oh my gosh, like that's on me, my bad. Then that's a whole different thing. Because like for me, just being myself and like coming to people and being vulnerable has sometimes shown me literally everything that I need to know about this person, and in turn shows me everything that I'm trying to avoid from other people in my past. So like it really like helps me out sometimes when I don't know how to feel, and then I have somebody that shows me exactly why I left in the first place. You know, like I've left so many situations, so many, a frigging inhuman and ridiculous amount of situations I like walked up out of because I knew that it wasn't serving me. And like I never genuinely had time to just relax and sit back and say like, that really hurt me, man. So sometimes that's what I need. If you sleep with somebody's dad, that probably is going to hurt them pretty bad too. So it really just depends on which side of that you're in. I don't know really where that came from, but I think that's just like implying that that like you know yourself if like something that you did was horrible or something that you did was like, okay, like I don't know why you guys are so hurt about me being myself, is kind of what I'm trying to say here. Because it's okay. Go be yourself. Go do your thing. If you come back to yourself at the end of the day and it literally offended everybody that you came in contact with that day, except for one person maybe. Maybe that's all it takes, is one person that said like, I think they're pretty cool. I think you're pretty cool. If you relate to this and have gotten this far, then you're pretty freaking cool, and you probably deserve more than what you receive. And that's the thing, because sometimes it's just about what we receive. And sometimes we don't expect much. And like that has been genuinely a continuous issue in my life. Yeah. I just feel like there's a lot to say. Is kind of what I'm saying. There's a lot to say. And I feel like people have really put themselves off on saying it to you because they either don't know how to say it or they don't want to be vulnerable. And they don't want to have that conversation. So I think that like there's really nothing else for me to say at this point because you are going to do what you want to do regardless. You are going to go and be your own person regardless. You are going to make your own decisions regardless of what I say. And if you've made it this far, congratulations, because that was a lot, I know. But I love myself, and I really love the way that I express what I'm feeling and what I'm reading. So I don't know what that meant, actually. I hope that didn't mean anything. Yeah, so I guess like just understand how far you've come. Understand how far that you've come in life, and be okay if your more than enough is minuscule to somebody else. Like, okay, you know, everything that I've done up to this point just doesn't seem to be enough for you, so like it's never going to be enough for you. And when you go out into that world, bro, and you leave your door, you're automatically vulnerable. So it's like, there's different ways that people go about it. And if you're going to go outside and you're going to be yourself and be vulnerable in the outside world, and people don't take very good to that, because you're not all, yo, like, what's cracking, G, like, yeah, like, girl, like, this girl is all on my, line and stuff, and blah, 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 like, I know that seems stupid, but, like, I've genuinely seen so many people like that. So the fact that you can go out into the world and like genuinely be yourself, authentic and collected and frigging expressive too. Like there's a difference between genuinely manic and expressive. As long as you can come back to yourself, like do whatever you want to do. If you can say like, if you can be present as you're doing it and be like, dude, I'm okay with this. Like, I don't feel like there's anything wrong with this. If it's hurting literally everybody in the room, like they're so offended by it, okay, whatever. Like, I'm happy. I'm happy expressing me, dude. So it's like, just because you've never expressed yourself in your life, then I can't do anything about that. I still have to really be myself because, like I said, it's either me or it's everybody. Like, if I don't choose myself, then nobody else is going to come up. Nobody else is going to use this energy that I've been putting off, my energy, to come up, because that's not how that works. Excuse me, confirmation, bro. So basically, keep doing you and keep it cool, kind, and classy. And classy, okay? Yes.